Shwmae! Some questions and answers today. Ukulele Wales, the channel, has been running for about 18 months. So I've had loads of fantastic comments and quite a lot of questions. So I thought I would address some of those questions today, general ones. I will look at questions to do with electric and bass ukulele, ukulele technique and lessons, and other things in future videos. But today, very general, more about the channel. And we'll call this Rachel's Rambles number 2. Just a sort of a bit of a catch up of what's been going on and what might be coming soon. So before I answer any questions, it's been a tough year. It really has. At school particularly, I've not been teaching in my own classroom. I've been moving around, which means as a music teacher, I didn't have access to instruments. But finally last week, I got back in my room, which means I've now got access to my ukuleles, keyboards and so on. So that's made a massive difference. So hopefully, as well as being back in my classroom, we can get the Ukulaliens, our school ukulele club, up and running soon. It's been over a year since we played live last. We have done lots of things. We've done some mass videos. They were great fun last summer. And I have been doing some live Teams or Zoom sessions as well, but it can't beat actually getting the club back up and running. Some other normality, we had our first uke jam last week, Cool Hand Uke, so I play with an adult group. We managed to get down to one of our local beaches, Aberavon Bay, and had a little play and sing, all COVID regulations and social distancing, but it was just so nice just to be able to have strum, sing and catch up with the gang. I mentioned this recently. I've got a big birthday this year, next month in fact. Something I have been dreaming and planning for quite a few years is happening, basically. It's all top secret at the moment, but my big birthday present to myself is now ordered. All right, I'm not going to say much more at the minute, just hopefully the look on my face will tell you how excited I am. There's a little sneaky view, hopefully nobody's going to guess it just from this. But let's just say I am overly excited, and it could well be that before the present arrives, I might give you a few more clues, but oh my God, it's happening. So tough year. Starting to get a little bit of normality and hopefully some exciting things happening in the future. Let's answer some of those questions. So question number 1, this gets asked quite frequently actually. At the beginning of all videos I start with Shwmae. What does Shwmae mean? Shwmae, 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 Shwmae. Shwmae. Right, so I live in Wales. I am Welsh. I'm not actually a massive Welsh speaker at all, but we all know lots of words and phrases. Shwmae is a greeting. It basically means hello, how are you? It was something that I've said for years actually, not just for these videos. And when I was starting the videos, I wanted a common factor of how to start, and I just thought Shwmae worked, and the fact it poses so many questions and comments, fantastic. Question number 2. This is one again that has been asked a few times about how I pronounce ukulele. I know it should be pronounced ukulele. Just to give you a rough idea, around here where I live and parts of Wales, very often you'll hear the term ukulele. Ukulele. All right, so when I'm speaking on video, I do tend to slow things down anyway, but I have thought about trying to change to ukulele. And I do say it quite often. I tend not to sort of mix and match in the videos. All right, ukulele is generally the way it's always been said in the UK. In Wales, it can range from ukulele, ukulele, or ukulele. All right, so that's why I'm sort of stuck in the middle. I pronounce it ukulele. We are Welsh, we like to watch rugby. We eat Welsh cakes with a nice cup of tea. The land of song is Cymru. Question number 3. Where can you get a Welsh Dragon ukulele from? Again, I've had quite a few comments about this ukulele, but I have actually had the question, where can they purchase one from? Sometimes it's people from Wales, sometimes it's been from around the world. I think it's been Canada quite recently, somebody who had relatives or ancestry in Wales. Okay, so yeah, this is the Welsh Dragon, which is our Welsh flag. Officially the coolest flag in the world. Why? Because it's got a dragon on it. But anyway, back to the ukulele. It's made by a company called Brunswick. It's plastic, ABS. It's not an expensive ukulele. It plays brilliantly. And I've had this basically since I started playing ukulele. They cost me round about the £22 mark. I think if you can get hold of one now, they're round about between £30 and £40. It's not a bad uke at all. It's all plastic. To be honest, up until I had my new Enya quite recently, if I ever had an outdoor gig or somewhere where I was bashing ukuleles, I would either take this one, or in fact I have another Brunswick, a nice purple one. But yeah, when I started the channel Ukulele Wales, this just seemed to be the most obvious choice for a logo. So there we go, the Welsh Dragon Brunswick concert ukulele. I will drop an Amazon link below, but also you may well find that you can find it in local music shops, not just in Wales. They do Scotland, England, possibly Ireland as well. So have a look in local music shops, but I will pop a link to Amazon below. The Welsh Dragon ukulele. Question number 4. What software do I use to edit my videos? I've had this asked for both Ukulaliens, my other ukulele channel where I make the play along videos, and for Ukulele Wales channel here. It's the same software. I've used it from the start. It's called Filmora, made by a company called Wondershare. When I started making the play along videos, I did a little bit of research about the best video editing software for beginners. I did have iMovie on my Mac and iPad, but to be honest, I do prefer Windows. Filmora was highly recommended by many people, very easy to pick up, and it is. All right, you can do quite a bit of more advanced things with it as well, and price-wise, is pretty decent. I've bought a lifetime license, and at the time there was an offer on, I think it was less than £60, certainly. So they do have offers on, but Filmora by Wondershare, again, I'll pop a link in the description below, but I make both the videos for the Ukulele Wales channel and the Ukulaliens play along videos with it. Okay, I've got to admit, we're almost at 100,000 subscribers on Ukulaliens. I've always been fairly rubbish at replying to comments on there. I read them all, but you do get a lot of comments, and so I sort of moderate it. If something really bad has been written, I check that. But apart from that, I like things, but people tend to answer each other. On here, Ukulele Wales, I do tend to try and reply to every comment if I can. Anyway, question number 5. Why haven't there been many videos on the Ukulaliens channel recently? This has been asked on the Ukulaliens, and somebody did ask me on Facebook quite recently. Right, it's not a difficult question to answer, basically, I've always made the Ukulaliens play along videos for our ukulele club. Yeah, the odd one I've made for me, but generally I'm making them for us to use in club. And we haven't had club since last March. And don't worry, I will keep making play along videos, but the motivation at the minute just isn't there. All right, I'll be completely honest. I'm missing having the kids' input and missing, right, what are we going to be playing next? What should we do? I did go through a little phase last year of having quite a few blocked. That also sort of was a little bit of a downer, but I've learned a new way now of not wasting 5 or 6 hours making a play-along video to have it blocked. I do a little test. But anyway, back to the question, why aren't there as many Ukulalian videos? Yeah, I'm loving making videos on Ukulele Wales. I really am. Don't get me wrong at all. And it's not money motivated because this channel is monetized and Ukulaliens isn't. It's just the motivation of why I make those videos. And they've genuinely always been for us in school. All right, things that I think, yeah, that'll work, or that would work for a particular pupil who's doing a solo or something like that. There will be plenty more ukulele play-alongs, I promise you. They're just a little bit sparse at the minute. Hopefully, once we get club back up and running, we'll get more regular again. Question number 6, back to Ukulele Wales channel. One of the reasons I started this channel was to make tutorials to go with the play-along videos. And the way I started doing it was I would introduce the chords and talk about strumming and things, and then basically perform the play-along to the play-along. In other words, I would sing, be listening to the play-along, play along to it, record myself so people could see the video working and the song, or me performing the song. But I ran into copyright issues straight away. I know, shocking with my singing, but I did. It got picked up. And so what I did, certainly for the first lot of tutorials, was I speeded videos up. So I was in effect taking chunks out of the song purely so that I didn't get lumbered with a copyright infringement. Plus, I'm not the best singer in the world, let's be honest. And I've always said the play-alongs themselves are far better to play along to than with me, all right? So that hopefully explains why some of the play-along tutorials, certainly the earlier ones, have got speeded up sections in them. All right, it's partly due to getting rid of me singing and partly due to copyright. Okay, more recently, any play-along tutorials I've done, I've sort of not done it that way. I've done it with a slightly different method, which doesn't have any copyright issues. Question number 7, I do enjoy doing some reviews, especially if I know they're going to help us, you know, general reviews as well, looking at amps or looking at various ukuleles at a time. But I do enjoy a good review, especially when it's something that I'm quite excited about, because I know myself, if I'm looking to spend a bit of money, I will often YouTube that particular product to see what other people have got to say. Now, it seems quite often when I do a review video, I'll get a comment or a question of, oh, can you review such and such? Or can you review this amp? Or will you review that case? Or why don't you review this particular ukulele? I can only review what I've got here in the house, all right? Generally, they're things that I own. Some of them I've bought many, many years ago, and I'd quite happily review that, or it'll be a new item that has arrived. I'll take a good look at it and review it. So the easy answer to the question of why don't I review such and such is, well, I can only review what I own. I am or have been contacted and have been sent some items quite recently to review. Fantastic, as long as companies are willing to understand it's always going to be a fair, trustworthy review. I'm not advertising for people, but that's the reason I don't review certain things, because I don't own them. Question number 8, a practical question. Will adding a strap button to my ukulele affect the instrument or the sound of the uke? I've made a couple of videos to do with how to add a strap button to your ukulele and straps in general. So it's a question I've been asked a few times. My own personal opinion is not enough for you to worry about. All right. There may be the odd person, an absolute purist, who believes that drilling into the wood may well affect the tone. Personally, I honestly believe 99.9% of us are not going to notice. Nearly all my ukes have either got a strap button on it when I bought them or I've added them. All right, so personally, I really wouldn't worry about us adding a strap button and it affecting the overall tone or the quality of the uke. So we're almost at the end. Question number 9. These last couple have been quite recent questions actually. Question number 9, I've been asked loads. What is that funny clock? What are those numbers just behind you? What are the red numbers flashing all the time? Okay, I have explained it in a few videos. Basically, it's a decibel reader. In other words, it reads how loud the volume is in the room. When I'm making videos which will be electric, so it could be electric ukulele or electric bass ukulele or using a drum machine or showing off effects pedals, I quite often have to bring the levels of the sound down during the video editing process, just so that you're not getting distortion and it's not, blowing your head off. And so having a decibel reader behind, and I am quite a loud person anyway, I get told that on a daily basis, but having a decibel reader on the screen as well is a good way of at least being able to show you guys really how loud it is compared to maybe when I'm just speaking. So for example, generally when I'm speaking, it's round about between 60 and 70. However, I think I have hit 100 a couple of times when I've been blasting through the amps. So my decibel reader are those funny flashy numbers all the time, and it's telling you how loud it actually is in the room. And the final question for today, and remember this is just general questions. I will do another one of these looking at specific topics as well. Again, one of my more recent videos, which I had great fun making. What is that chair? When I've recently did the Enya Nova review, I was determined to have a bit of fun and wanted to show it's an outdoor ukulele and you can do things, action ukulele. Now, a few years ago, my husband, his workplace closed down. And as they were all finishing, they had little competitions to win lots of the things in the building, including these chairs. These chairs used to be in their sort of coffee bar area. They're called Magis or Magis, the company that makes them. I'll pop a link in the description below. They are really quite expensive. I think they're about 400 or 500 quid. I would never spend that much on something to roll around in the garden. However, it was the only thing he really wanted to win in the competition. So when the day he came home beaming because he'd won one of these chairs, we was delighted. We've had great fun with it ever since. Okay, so the chair that I'm sitting on and spinning around in the Enya video, and I'm sure it will appear in other videos as well, is a Magis spun chair. They are a little bit expensive, but they are great fun, and I'll pop a link in the description below. So there we are, Rachel's Rambles, number 2 is over. Hopefully if any of those questions I've answered were helpful to you, great, or at least you've enjoyed some of them. And as I said at the beginning, hopefully we might start to get back to a little bit of normality. There are some good things happening at the minute. And there's some fantastically exciting things happening soon. My birthday next month, I've got a feeling This is not going to arrive until way after that, but the excitement will just get bigger and bigger and bigger. Right, you know what to do. Please feel free, if you've got a comment or question, leave it below. Give us a like if you've enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. Thank you for watching.